Hi everyone, I am Vinay. I am going to I am going to explain this C program structural visualizer, which is the web-based tool for the analyzing and visualizing the structure of the C program, which is help for the understanding the C program execution and structure, performs the lexical analysis and syntax analysis, generates a program flow visualization, interactive and beginner-friendly interface as we have made, and main feature is where we can analyze the lexical analysis, which identifies the keywords, identifiers, operators, and constants and delimiters. Next, abstract syntax tree, which shows the hierarchical representation of the program, where this is our program, and a control flow graph visualizes the execution flow of the graph of the program. Data flow graph, where tracks the movements of data between the variables. Next, CPG, where call program graph, which represents the relationship among the program and components. And I have the here two panels, which is a left panel, where left panel consists of sample programs, and here we can see the source code of the expected sample programs. And in right hand side panel, where we can see the uh, um, where we can see the tokens and AST and CFG, DFG and CPG. And here these are the tokens as we found here. And we used the technologies called HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and data visualization components. And we used some of the compiler decision concepts. And next will be continued by Karthik.
Hi, myself Karthik. I'm explaining sample programs in this. These sample programs, the first one, simple if else factorial bubble sort, analysis, linear search, and in this field we enter the programs and come to bottom and in this we analyze the program and take the output how the graph structure is enabled. First, the sample programs. First one is simple else. This program demonstrates the use of conditional statement. It compares two values and executes different blocks of code based on the condition. It helps understand decision making in C programming. And next one is factorial, fractional. In fractional, this also called as recursive. This program calculates the factorial of a number using recursion. A function calls itself repeatedly until a base condition is reached. It demonstrates the concept of recursive function calls. And next one is bubble sort. This program sorts elements in ascending order, repeatedly compares adjacent elements and swap them if needed, helps understanding basic sorting techniques. And next one is Fibonacci. Fibonacci in this program, we generate the Fibonacci sequence using loops. Each number is the sum of previous two numbers. And next one is linear search. In linear search, this program searches of an element in a list sequentially. It checks each element one by one until the target is found. At the end, these sample programs help understand fundamental programming concepts such as decision making, recursion, sorting, iteration, and searching. In this, we also know the graph of the explanation sample programs. And next will be continued by Mallikarjun GV.
I am Mallikarjun. I am explaining about the AST visualization to represent the synaptic structure of the program in a hierarchical tree format, and it is also defined as an abstract syntax tree. And AST shows how the statements and expression are organized with a program. It helps to understand the program structure and used to compile the AI code assistants, and the AST displays as the tree diagram using a JavaScript visualization library such as d3.js and next CFG. CFG to represent all the possible execution paths in a program. It defines as a control flow graph. A CFG model how control moves from one statement to another during the execution. It identifies the execution path and
use useful for the program testing and helps to detect the unreachable code. It notes are reference to statements and edges are reference to controlling transaction. Next will be conducted by Mahesh.
Myself, Mahesh Prasad. I am going to explain about DFT visualization to show how data values moves through variables and expressions, and it is defined as data flow graph. A DFG tracks dependencies between variables and operators. It reveals data dependencies, assists in optimization, helps identifying used variables. Variables and operations are represented as nodes connected by dependency edges. Next, CPG integration to combine AST, CFG and DFG into a unified representation. It defines as code property graph. A code property graph merges syntax information from AST, control flow information from CFG, data flow information from DFG. Plain text CFG connected to AST, CFG, DFG. Provides complete program understanding used in advanced static analysis, support vulnerability detection and security analysis. The lexical analyzer breaks the source code into tokens, enabling the identification of keyword identifier, operators and constants. The abstract syntax tree represent the hierarchical structure, the program making it easier to understand the relationship between different statements and expressions. Control flow graph illustrates the execution is of the program, helping users visualization, decision making and control structure. The data flow graph highlights variables, dependencies and data movements through the program. Finally, the code property graph syntax, control flow and data flow information to a unified representation, offering a comparison view of the code. Thank you.